Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel, and yes, there is a box here. This is a new pen that I agonized over for, I would say, like quite a few good weeks. It was on my wish list, and then it went off my wish list, and then went back on my wish list, and I waited the appropriate 7 days, more than 7 days actually, and then I purchased this on my birthday, and it arrived from Stilo and Stile, and it is beautiful. I just want to say I love the box. I love the rose gold embossing here and the design on the box. So let's go ahead and open it up. This is from Radius, which I believe is now I guess an extension of Leonardo. Ooh, what I love about the box is that it actually has this sleeve that goes around the box, and it has the international warranty. So instead of being a booklet in the box itself, it has the warranty along with the date that this was purchased. That's not actually my birthday. This was probably the date that Stile got this batch in stock in their store. So just as a side note as well, their customer service emailed me maybe a few days after I had purchased the pen and said there was a little bit of delay with shipment because they had run out of stock, but they were going to keep me informed as to the updates with their shipment. They were really great in terms of communication, so I really appreciate that. So putting this to the side, this is the second time I have ordered from Stilo e Stile, and both times really great customer service. So then we have a clamshell box here that feels more like cardboard than plastic, but I like that. I'm hoping that this is recyclable, but I don't ever really get rid of my boxes. So let's open it. Oh, here we go. So it says Radius un marco italiano dal 1934. So Radius 1934, and it comes in this plastic sleeve. This is the Radius Marmo Bianco, and it is the Settimo model. So Settimo, and wow, I even really like this that comes on it. But look at this gorgeousness, the Marmo Bianco. I love how neutral this looks, as well as the gold trim. You've got a clip here, which it looks like a very small, doesn't suit the size and dimensions of the pen, and I was wondering whether it'd be usable, but you know what, it's actually a good clip, and I'm going to test this just even on a box, like how, yeah, easy that clips on. And then it's got the gold trim around the cap there, and it's got more of a cigar shape, but you've got the finials here that have that kind of sharp cone shape there. And then opening it up, I want to test, I haven't done the twist cap test in a while, so you've got about 1.5 or just a little under 1.5 there. And then here you have this is I believe a Yovo number 6 nib. It is a fine, and it is gold plated, and it says Radius Superior 1934. And in here it also comes with a standard international converter. Because there are metal threads along here, this is not something that you would eyedropper, but just look at this. It is absolutely beautiful. I feel like it didn't match my nails exactly, but it's kind of what I was going for. But I love how neutral this is and how classy it is, and I feel like my collection is going in this direction. So let's go ahead and compare this to other pens that I have in my collection, and actually a couple that I don't normally compare it to. It's just my husband's collection. One moment. Okay, so here is the Radius Settimo in Marmo Bianco, and comparing it to other pens I have in my collection, we have the Lamy 2000, we have the Pilot Vanishing Point, we have an Esterbrook Esti. We'll also compare it to another Leonardo model here, the Leonardo Furore. And I want to compare it to the Pelican M800. And one more I want to compare it to here, the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0. Just putting the piston back here. and compare the sizes here. So in terms of size, it actually is almost the same length as the Lamy 2000. The Pilot Vanishing Point is slightly longer. It looks like it is definitely, I say definitely, but it is a little bit shorter than the Esterbrook Esti and the Leonardo Furore, and it looks to be about the same length as the Pelican M800. Definitely smaller than the Momento Zero Grande. So let's look at these all uncapped. So there are all of the pens uncapped, still pretty in line or on par with the Lamy 2000, and still just that bit shorter than the Esterbrook Esti and the Furore. And now it looks like it is a little bit shorter than the Pelican M800, and then definitely the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0 is going to be the longest out of all of them. In terms of width in the grip section, it does look like the Marmo Bianco is a bit wider or girthier than the Esterbrook Esti and even the Furore, but might be a little bit closer in width to the Pelican M800, and I like that. And if you look at the grip section here, there's no like concave or hourglass shape. It's pretty much a straight decrease down to the oh my gosh, I keep forgetting that little lip there towards the nib. But I like that, and I like how far back the threads are as well. I can see this grip section being very, very comfortable, and it looks like it's got a bit more room between the nib as well, between the nib and the grip section versus the Pelican M800. So I'm imagining this is going to be a very comfortable pen. So let's go ahead and weigh this pen and then do a quick writing sample. So this pen capped weighs 25 grams, and then uncapped, if it won't roll away, don't roll away, 16 grams. So the cap is 9 grams. That's actually a good weight for me as well. Now when we look at the pen actually in my hand, this fits very, very nicely in my hand. The threads do, well, my fingers do rest on where the threads are, but I don't find them sharp at all. I actually find it a little bit comfortable, and it felt like for a second there the body and the threads were a little bit loose, so just tightening that up a little bit, I felt like it came apart. I say came apart, but came loose a little bit, but it fits really nicely in my hand. And then when posted, I don't normally post my pens, but let's see how that fits in my hand. It seems to actually be not too badly balanced, and it back weights it a little bit. I'm not going to probably post this, but I think for those who do post, this is actually a pen that posts well, it posts securely, it's not going to fly off your pen there. So let's go ahead and find an ink that will work with this pen. Now, I love what Kristen of Life Inspires Design does. She basically goes through her entire ink collection to see what would possibly match. Now, there's some of these that are no longer in my collection, so they may not work, but let's have a look. So those are my reds. Some of the oranges, which I don't really have anymore. Octopus Fluids Caramel. Ooh. Let's see here. Oh, let's move this up a bit. I feel like one of the browns might do. Like, more of like a beigey type of brown rather than a pinky brown. Like, possibly Inaho could have been good. Oyster Hour looked like it would have been a really good match with that. Or, ooh, Andrellium Tulip Moth Worm. Oh my gosh, Majestic Maple Syrup would have looked really good, but it's not the best in terms of writing. There's Triple Chocolate, which I no longer have. Diamine Coliseum. If that was leaning a bit more towards the, I guess, yellow brown versus orange. Weeping Willow, no. Workshop Wishes could have been a good choice, or even Lita Tay. Lita Tay might actually be a good choice for this one. Muddy Sand I no longer have, but let's see what else we've got here. Do any yellows probably would work? No. Now let's go into the pinks. What do I think could possibly go with this one? None of these, although I do love Opera Rose, and I would, or Roy Donk, and I'd love to put that in any pen and have any excuse. I think Colorverse Alpha Sagittarius would have been a good choice, but I no longer have it. Let's see here. Not Cashmere Rose or not Masquerade. So I think if we're going back, because I don't think any of the other choices would go unless I maybe try go the gray route, but there isn't enough gray in here for me to want to ink that up. So let's go back to these browns. Possibly, I might have to go with Lite on this one just to try that out. Yeah, I think Lite or Oyster Hour would have been good choices for this. So let's go find Lite. So here I have my Galen Leather A5 notebook with 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. These stamps are from Everyday Explorers. It's her new pen day collection, and I couldn't wait to be able to use these in my journal. So I'm just gonna do a dip test with Herbon Lite. And just right here, the brand is Radius. Oh, that is smooth already. The model is Settimo. The nib is fine, and the color is Marmo Bianco. Oh, that's beautiful. And this is inked with J. Herbon or Herbon Lite. Wow. So I'm just gonna write here. I had conflicting thoughts about whether to purchase this pen. Wow. It was on my list, then off. I'm gonna have to dip again. Then off, then on. Again, kind of sounds like a bad breakup. I purchased this for my birthday, and I love it. The fine nib is so smooth. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love it. And I think the Lite was a good choice for it as well. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I'm gonna start writing a little story like that from now on with all of my pens that I'm getting, because I think it's just such a, the thought process now that goes into purchasing my pens, there's a lot of back and forth that goes into it. There's very, very few spontaneous purchases now with my pens. But oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? I look at the resin, and I don't even know how they've done it, but it looks like they've encased a few pieces of that resin with clear resin and then created the blanks for these to create these pens. But I love it. I really love the gold detailing here, the clip. It's such a classic looking pen. It's comfortable in my hand. I do love that fine nib that's on here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful pen. Oh, all right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.